All right, welcome back to Lean Brothers. Today we're in our new shop. We're in our new grocery area, and we're excited to show you what we've been working on. One of the biggest struggles in any facility, doesn't matter if it's manufacturing, whatever it is inventory. And so there's so many people that talk about inventory, that talk about two-bin systems. And so, we've been lucky enough to see videos from, all over the world, talking about two-bin systems. And so we just moved all of our inventory from our old shop to our new shop, and the new shop happened to have these two garages inside of it, and we decided to make one our grocery store with our two-bin system in it. So we've been working really hard on getting our two-bin system set up. Obviously, we don't want too much inventory, but we don't want to run out, and so we bought bins for everything. Shout out to my buddy Joe Silvey for giving us the idea with these bins. They're super stout and nice. I think we got them either from Uline or Global Industrial. We have some of each, but inside of here we have our two-bin system. So we have normal stock of things. Once we run out, we pull the second bin. One thing that we've done, we've just 3D printed these red toppers that go on the bins, and on that is our kanban card. And the kanban card, then you can't get anything under there until you pull the kanban card. So we use Kaizenify to make our kanban cards. They've been great. We really like it. It makes doing kanban cards super easy. And so that's worked out really well. What our guys do once we run out of our first bin, a lot of people have a little card holder or something outside the door, then the purchaser has to come find it. We don't do that. Our guys, we have a Signal chat thread, company-wide, a purchasing thread. Specifically, they take a picture of that Kanban card, it goes right to our purchaser, and then he buys what we need, and then our warehouse manager restocks our parts. So we have big bins over here. On this side, we have small bins. Right now, we've just designed a 3D printed topper for these to do the same thing, to make sure the Kanban card is over top and you can't grab stuff out of it, without triggering the Kanban. So super important to keep inventory and keep what we need, because that's one of the biggest struggles we've had, is having what we need when we need it. Running out of something, then you gotta go to the store. It takes you a couple hours. It's just hard to not have what you need when you need it. So anyway, highly recommended two-bin system. We appreciate our guys for all the work they put into this. It's just going to get better and better. And if you have any questions about what we do, there's lots of great videos on two-bin systems. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and we're happy to answer them. Any questions, Darren?
So with Kaizenify, why use Kaizenify? What does it do for you versus just an Excel spreadsheet or something?
Yeah, so simplicity first. So super easy. You can do it right on your phone, make a card. You're able to take pictures. You can create QR codes. It has all the information. We can color code them. So it's just faster. And then you also have revisions. So those revisions, you can look back, see what you've done, edit them. So it's just really intuitive, makes it fast and easy.
And then as far as stuff that you inventory, I know from my non-experience, there's a lot of stuff, a bunch of different screws, handles, drawer slides. Do you two-bin everything, or is there certain things that you do two-bin versus you don't two-bin, or what about that, I guess?
Great question. So we really only two-bin what we define as shop supplies, or hardware that's recurring. So like a shelf pin, we don't keep track of those. We just have them. So that's a hardware that we would use in a cabinet. So like drawer slides, we inventory those. And so we would not two-bin a drawer slide unless it's a specialty one that we use every once in a while. Maybe something, a 12-inch glide, maybe want to keep some on hand. Actually, I don't even know if we would do that. We would just order that by job. So, but a shop supply, screws, tape, specialty hinges, just things that we need around, nails. What else do we have? Sandpaper, putty, yeah, all those kinds of things. I'm trying to look around and see what else we have, but yeah, that's the main stuff that we have. So shop supplies that we just want to keep a few on hand so we don't have to keep them in inventory. We'll inventory drawer slides and hinges and plates and custom trash pull out, or countertop brackets, things like that. We inventory those and do them on. We try and do those on more of a job by job basis on some, or keep a small inventory and then buy per job. So the 2 bin would be for shop supplies.
How do you coordinate that with like your installers? Because I know they also have some stock either in their truck or their like pack out things. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, so they would come here. We consider this the grocery store. So the guys, instead of going to Home Depot or somewhere, they would come here and they'll restock what they need. So yes, they keep a supply in their trailers and vans, of what they need, but they would restock from here. That way, a kanban's triggered.
So they don't have like a separate tube in their truck.
They do not.
So they just come here.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you feel you could do better with your setup based off of having it here versus what you had at the old shop?
100%. At the old shop, what we found is we had our 2 bin system spread out in multiple locations. Some in paint, some kind of by our bathroom, some over by assembly. And what we found is pretty soon we had mixed matched inventory in different places. There'd be some screws here, some screws there. And so the big thing here, and we started over there, we combining everything into one area, but it's everything in the same spot. So the grocery store is right here. So we know if we inventory it, it's here. So it's not this sandpaper's in paint and this sandpaper's in, up by the CNC. It's all right here. And so we can restock our areas, with a box of something or, a bag or whatever it is, but it ultimately all comes here. So that way, when our shipments come in, they all come here, and then we would feed the rest of the shop and the installers from here.
Does Kaizenify have an inventory system with it as well? Or is it just based off of like order quantity? Like if you're ordering a box of screws, you can define what the box is, but does it do inventory at all?
So it doesn't do inventory like as an inventory system and keep track. But yeah, you tell it this is the order quantity, this is the supplier we order from, this is this is how many we get down to before it triggers. You can put all that information right on the card so that it's really easy as you look at it. Well, if you have any questions, leave them below. We'll try and do some shorts or something or a video to answer a bunch of questions. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.